Right now, somewhere in the world, someone is watching an American movie, learning English from Hollywood dialogue, and dreaming of the American lifestyle. Hollywood doesn't just make entertainment, it manufactures dreams, exports culture, and controls how billions of people see America. Today, we're exploring how a few orange groves became the most influential square mile on Earth. I'm your American Scout, and today we're diving into the most successful cultural conquest in history. From Thomas Edison's patents to Marvel's box office domination, let's explore how Hollywood became the dream factory that shaped global culture. From orange groves to movie magic, the unlikely beginning. In 1887, Harvey Wilcox bought 120 acres of orange groves in a dusty California suburb and named it Hollywood. His wife, Diada, chose the name after meeting a woman on a train who described her country estate called Hollywood. They had no idea they were creating what would become the entertainment capital of the world. For 2 decades, Hollywood remained exactly what it was, agricultural land growing citrus fruits. The closest thing to entertainment was the occasional barn dance. But everything changed when a group of filmmakers arrived, running from a man who would inadvertently create the movie industry, Thomas Edison. The Great Escape. Thomas Edison didn't just invent the light bulb. He also invented the motion picture camera and held the patents to control it. In the early 1900s, Edison's Motion Picture Patents Company had a monopoly on filmmaking on the East Coast, charging huge fees and controlling every aspect of movie production. Independent filmmakers faced a choice: pay Edison's fees or find somewhere beyond his legal reach. They chose escape, heading to the furthest corner of America, Southern California. Here, if Edison's patent enforcers showed up, filmmakers could literally run across the border to Mexico. The perfect storm, California, offered more than just distance from Edison's lawyers. It had year-round sunshine for outdoor filming, diverse landscapes within driving distance, and cheap land for building studios. Most importantly, it had no established entertainment industry to compete with. The first permanent film studio opened in Hollywood in 1911. Within 5 years, dozens of production companies had set up shop. By 1920, Hollywood had transformed from orange groves to the film capital of America, producing 80% of the world's movies. The foundation of empire. But this was just the beginning. What started as a practical escape from patent laws was about to become something much bigger. A system for manufacturing and exporting American culture to the entire world. The orange groves were gone, replaced by sound stages that would soon project American dreams across every continent. Building the Dream Factory. The studio system revolution. In the 1920s, Hollywood pioneers realized they weren't just making movies, they were building an industry. Studios like MGM, Paramount, and Warner Brothers created the studio system, a vertically integrated machine that controlled every aspect of entertainment from production to distribution. These weren't just movie companies, they were factories for dreams. Each studio had its own identity. MGM was glamour and spectacle, Warner Brothers was gritty social realism, Disney was family fantasy, but all shared one goal: creating content that would appeal not just to Americans, but to audiences worldwide. The star system, Hollywood's greatest innovation, wasn't technical. It was the creation of movie stars. Studio executives realized that audiences weren't just buying tickets to see stories. They were buying tickets to see specific people. Stars became products, carefully manufactured and marketed. Studios controlled every aspect of their stars' lives, their names, their backgrounds, their romantic relationships, even their personalities. Clark Gable, Marilyn Monroe, and James Dean weren't just actors. They were American dreams personified, exported globally as symbols of American attractiveness, confidence, and rebellion. The Golden Age machine. By the 1930s and 40s, Hollywood had perfected the art of mass-producing entertainment. Studios operated like factories, with contract players, technical crews, and even story departments working around the clock. MGM alone employed over 4,000 people and released a new movie every week. This industrial approach allowed Hollywood to dominate not just American screens, but global ones. While other countries made a few films per year, Hollywood was producing hundreds, flooding international markets with American stories, American values, and American dreams. Cultural assembly line. The studio system created the template for all modern entertainment: high production values, star power, marketing campaigns, and global distribution. But most importantly, it established Hollywood as the place where American culture was manufactured for global consumption. Every movie that left Hollywood carried American ideals: individualism, optimism, the belief that anyone could succeed. These weren't just entertainment products, they were cultural exports that shaped how the world saw America and how Americans saw themselves. The global conquest begins breaking international barriers. Hollywood's global expansion wasn't accidental, it was strategic. In the 1920s, American film companies realized that international markets could provide more revenue than domestic ones. They began studying foreign audiences, adapting marketing strategies, and sometimes even changing movie content for different countries. The key insight was universal. While stories might be culturally specific, emotions were universal. Love, adventure, comedy, and spectacle translated across languages and cultures. Hollywood learned to create content that felt specifically American while appealing to universal human experiences. World War II and soft power. World War II transformed Hollywood from an entertainment industry into a weapon of American soft power. The U.S. government realized that movies could be more effective than armies in winning hearts and minds globally. Hollywood studios cooperated with the War Department, creating films that promoted American values and ideals. These movies weren't just entertainment, they were cultural diplomacy, showing the world what America stood for and what it offered. After the war, American movies flooded markets previously closed by conflict. European, Asian, and Latin American audiences experienced Hollywood's vision of America: prosperous, free, optimistic, and welcoming to dreamers from anywhere. The economics of dreams. By the 1950s, Hollywood had discovered something revolutionary. Cultural exports could be more profitable than manufactured goods. A single movie could earn more overseas than factories full of products, and unlike physical goods, entertainment could be sold infinite times without additional production costs. Hollywood began targeting international audiences from the script stage. Stories became more visual and action-oriented to overcome language barriers. Stars were chosen for global appeal. Even American audiences began watching movies designed primarily for international markets. Creating global desires, Hollywood didn't just export movies, it exported lifestyle aspirations. International audiences learned about American fashion, American homes, American relationships, and American dreams through Hollywood films. Young people worldwide began adopting American slang, American attitudes, and American ambitions. This cultural influence created economic opportunities for other American industries. Fashion, music, food, and technology companies could enter international markets more easily because Hollywood had already created demand for American culture. The television revolution. The new threat. In the 1950s, television threatened to destroy Hollywood. Why go to theaters when entertainment could come to your living room for free? Movie attendance plummeted, and studios panicked. Some predicted the end of the film industry. But Hollywood adapted with characteristic innovation. Instead of fighting television, the industry eventually embraced it. Studios began producing TV shows, creating a new revenue stream and expanding their cultural influence into daily life. Global television domination. American television shows proved even more powerful than movies for cultural export. While people might see a movie once, they watched TV shows weekly for years, creating deeper emotional connections with American characters and stories. Shows like I Love Lucy, Dallas, and Friends became global phenomena, teaching international audiences about American family life, business culture, and social relationships. Television made American culture feel intimate and familiar to billions of viewers worldwide. The streaming revolution. The internet transformed Hollywood's global reach from broad to surgical. Streaming platforms like Netflix, Disney Plus, and Amazon Prime could target specific international audiences with customized content while maintaining American creative control. Today, someone in Seoul can watch the same American show as someone in São Paulo, often within hours of its release. Hollywood's cultural influence has become instantaneous and global, reaching audiences that traditional distribution could never touch. The modern entertainment empire, the blockbuster strategy. In the 1970s, movies like Jaws and Star Wars created the modern blockbuster formula. High budgets, spectacular effects, global marketing campaigns, and merchandise opportunities. This approach transformed movies from entertainment into cultural events that dominated global conversations. Modern blockbusters are designed as global products from conception. They feature international casts, universal themes, and visual storytelling that translates across cultures. A single Marvel movie can generate over $1 billion worldwide, proving Hollywood's continued global appeal. The franchise economy. Hollywood discovered that the most profitable strategy wasn't making movies, it was building universes. Marvel, DC, Star Wars, and Harry Potter represent more than film series. They're entire cultural ecosystems with movies, TV shows, theme parks, merchandise, and fan communities. These franchises create ongoing relationships between Hollywood and global audiences. Instead of selling individual movies, studios now sell participation in American-created cultural worlds that span decades and generate billions in revenue. Digital distribution dominance. Streaming platforms have eliminated the final barriers to Hollywood's global reach. Netflix operates in over 200 countries. Disney Plus reaches 150-plus markets. And American content dominates global viewing hours on every major platform. This digital distribution allows Hollywood to bypass traditional gatekeepers like local theaters or broadcasters. American studios can now reach global audiences directly, maintaining complete control over their cultural exports. The influence economy. Modern Hollywood operates beyond entertainment. It's a global influence network. Social media has made movie stars into lifestyle influencers who shape global trends in fashion, politics, and social causes. When a Hollywood star endorses a product, supports a cause, or makes a political statement, it reaches hundreds of millions of global followers. Hollywood's cultural influence now extends far beyond entertainment into politics, commerce, and social movements worldwide. The psychology of global appeal. The universal formula. Hollywood's global success stems from mastering universal human psychology. American movies tap into fundamental desires: the wish for freedom, the hope for success, the need for love, and the dream of transformation. These themes resonate across all cultures and economic systems. The American dream itself became Hollywood's most successful export, the idea that individual effort can overcome any obstacle. This message appeals to audiences worldwide, regardless of their political systems or economic conditions. Cultural soft power. Hollywood became America's most effective diplomatic tool, more influential than armies or economic pressure. Through entertainment, America projects ideals of freedom, opportunity, and optimism that make people worldwide want to visit, study in, or immigrate to America. This soft power creates tangible benefits. International students choose American universities, tourists visit American cities, businesses want American partnerships, and global consumers prefer American brands. Hollywood's cultural influence generates trillions in economic value. The aspiration business. Hollywood doesn't just tell stories, it sells lifestyles. International audiences don't just watch American movies. They learn how Americans live, dress, speak, and dream. This creates global demand for American products, experiences, and opportunities. From fashion trends to relationship models, from career aspirations to political ideals, Hollywood shapes how billions of people imagine their own possibilities. The industry has become a global factory for human ambition. The numbers behind the empire economic dominance. Today's Hollywood generates over $200 billion annually, employs 2.5 million people worldwide, and influences industries worth trillions. American movies earn 70% of their revenue internationally, making Hollywood one of America's most successful export industries. The top 10 highest-grossing movies of all time are all American productions, and American streaming platforms dominate global viewing hours. No other country comes close to Hollywood's global entertainment market share. Cultural penetration. American movies and TV shows are available in every country except 4. Hollywood content is translated into over 100 languages and watched by an estimated 5 billion people regularly. English has become the global entertainment language largely because of Hollywood's influence. These numbers represent more than business success. They represent the most successful cultural conquest in human history. Hollywood has achieved what no empire ever managed: voluntary global adoption of its cultural products. The ultimate cultural victory. From orange groves to global empire, Hollywood's transformation represents more than business success. It's the story of how one place learned to manufacture and export human dreams. What started as filmmakers escaping Thomas Edison's patents became the most influential cultural force in modern history. Hollywood proved that culture could be more powerful than military force, more persuasive than political ideology, and more profitable than traditional exports. By mastering the psychology of storytelling, American entertainment conquered global imagination. The ongoing revolution. Today's Hollywood continues evolving, embracing new technologies like virtual reality, artificial intelligence, and global streaming to maintain its cultural dominance. The industry that began with silent films in orange groves now creates immersive digital worlds accessible instantly worldwide. But the fundamental mission remains unchanged: manufacturing dreams, exporting American ideals, and shaping global culture through entertainment. Hollywood's influence extends beyond movies into fashion, music, technology, and social movements. The future of dreams. As we look toward the future, Hollywood's model of cultural export through entertainment continues expanding. Video games, social media, virtual experiences, and new technologies all follow Hollywood's template. Create compelling content, build global distribution, and shape cultural aspirations. The orange groves are long gone, but Hollywood's mission continues, showing the world what's possible, inspiring global dreams, and proving that the most powerful force in human culture isn't armies or economics, it's storytelling. Thanks for joining me on this journey through Hollywood's transformation from agricultural land to cultural empire. If you enjoyed exploring how entertainment became America's most successful export, make sure to like this video and subscribe to The American Scout. What's your favorite example of Hollywood's global influence? Let me know in the comments below. Next week, we'll explore how American technology companies followed Hollywood's playbook to dominate the digital world, so hit that notification bell so you don't miss it. Until then, keep exploring America.